been to Ethiopia, I've been to Kenya, I've been to this, I've been to that. Okay, so how much do you earn? I told them, I earn so amount of Qatar riyals, which is converted to Nigeria currency is huge. So overconfidence raised his head up and gave me back my passport. Sorry, you're not qualified this time. You may apply some other time. And at that moment, I knew I messed up. And how do I mess up? I was doing what I am not asked to do. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Wherever you're watching from, this is your boy Juba. I'm back again, as I've promised before. I'm always coming here to give you good news. Maybe your visa has been refused multiple times and you're giving up. I'm here to bring you good news today. That after the end of this video, put in your application and you will get your visa approved. So today, I'm going to share with you why are you receiving refusal. Every time you apply for visa at the U.S. Embassy, you always get refused. Why is it happening? Stay tuned to the end of this video, and I'm here to share with you why your visa is getting rejected. So today, I'm bringing you the good news on why your visa is being refused. Again, I'm going to tell you I'm not a visa immigration officer, I'm not an immigration lawyer, and I am not an approved visa consultant. All I'm sharing with you is based on my personal experience and or as per my personal research. So you have the right to do your own research before you proceed for your visa application. So today I'm going to share with you the reason why your visa is being refused. Maybe you have gone for the visa session multiple times and you're getting multiple refusal. So today I'm going to share with you why your visa is being refused. So stay tuned, do not go, stay tuned on the channel. I am here to share my experience, my personal experience. Over the years, I applied for visa to visit the United States, and after I filled my form, the DS-160 form, I proceed to the visa center. And back then, I applied in Nigeria. However, I wasn't working in Nigeria. I was working in the Middle East, Qatar to be precise. So when I went back home, I went to apply for the US visa as I want to visit the US. I have nothing to do, just go there and visit. That's all I want to do. Yeah, then I applied my visa truthfully and I went for the visa interview. On the visa interview, everything was going on fine. The visa interviewer asked me, well, what's your purpose of traveling? Why do you want to visit the US? How long do you want to stay in the US? Where do you want to visit in the US? Everything was okay until when he asked me, how much do you earn per annum? Yes, I told the visa officer, I am earning so amount. Now, what happened to me? Why am I refused? During the interview, the interviewer will not tell you the reason why you're being refused. They will only issue you the paper. And the paper is to explain the reason, the generic reason why your visa is refused. Now, during your interview, which you have done in the past, you could tell or say that, oh, could it be what I said last? Or could it be what I have said before that made my visa refused? Yes, you may guess right. Because in my own case, I did guess right. Because everything is going on fine. He asked me, where have you visited before? I told him, yeah, I've been to Ethiopia, I've been to Kenya, I've been to this, I've been to that. Okay, so how much do you earn? I told them, I earn so amount of Qatar riyals, which is converted to Nigeria currency is huge. So overconfidence. Then the visa officer was typing. Then I went further to remove my bank statement and say, hello, sir, here is my bank statement if you want to confirm. Guess what he said? He said, no, I have not asked you for your bank statement and you don't have any reason to give me your bank statement. Immediately raised his head up and gave me back my passport. Sorry, you're not qualified this time. You may apply some other time. And at that moment, I knew I messed up. And how do I mess up? I was doing what I am not asked to do. They're like a psychologist. They will read you. They will read your body language. They did not ask for my bank statement, but because of overconfidence, like, oh, I'm earning huge money. My salary is very big. Well, maybe only a few people can earn this money. So I just gave the bank statement when I'm not supposed to give the bank statement. And guess what? My visa was refused. So guys, that's my own personal story. One of the reasons why I was refused. I did the DS-160 form perfectly. I answered our question perfectly, but because of one single mistake, my visa was refused. So in the next few minutes, guys, I want to share with you the reason why your visa can be refused. Number one, when you approach the visa officer, make sure you greet first with a smile on your face. Make sure you greet. Secondly, even if the visa officer do not answer your greeting, don't mind. Just focus on what you went there to do. Then, when they ask you, can I have your passport? Please say something when you are issuing the passport to them. Just say, yes, here is the passport, thank you. Or they say, here, sure, I have it here with me. Then tender your passport. Now, when they ask you a question, what is your purpose of traveling? Simply say what you are going to do in the US. Don't talk too much. Don't say, oh, I'm going to US to visit my uncle. My uncle married last week, so he has invited me to come for his wedding. They do not ask you that story. That's a red flag. They don't want to hear your stories. They only need you to give them the right information. What they ask you, what is your purpose? Simply say your purpose. Secondly, how long do you intend to stay in the US? This is a general mistake made by most people. Make this mistake. You are going to the US for tourism purpose, for vacation. In your form, you are filling in your form that you are going for 3 months. Tell me, how many companies will give you 3-month vacation? They already know. They know maximum you go for is 1 month. 1 month, maximum. So if you put in your form that you're going for 3 months or you're going for 6 months, that's a red flag. And when they ask you, how long do you intend to stay in the US? And you tell them, oh, I intend to stay for 3 months. What are you gonna do in the US for 3 months? That's way too much. So just limit your time to 1 week to 4 weeks. So please be careful. Again, they may ask you, where do you want to visit in the US? When you are filling your DS-160 form, I always advise, do not put multiple states. You're putting a New York, you're putting a Texas, you put a Baltimore, you put a New Orleans, you put a lot of states. A lot, more than 5 states in your application form. And you claim you're going for 10 days. So how do you want to go for 10 days and go to 5 states? Each of the states is like 3 hours flight. Or by road, you go more than 9 hours, 10 hours, some of the states. So you need to narrow down your visit to only 1 state, if possible, or 2 states, maximum, and explain where you want to visit. Don't just say, oh, I'm going to New York. Oh, I'm going to New Orleans. No, you need to explain what you want to do in those states. Again, common mistakes, which I often advise people. They said, oh, my uncle promised me, my sister promised me that he's going to send me invitation, or my brother, my friend is going to send me invitation. I'm here to tell you, you do not need invitation for visit visa to the US. Yes, You need an invitation if you're going for medical purpose. You need an invitation if you're going for a conference. But if you're going on visit, the visa officer will not ask you for your invitation letter. And I can easily tell you that the moment you start mentioning, oh, my friend is in the US, he invited me over to come and attend his graduation, you are causing more damage to your application, because already the visa officer will now believe or assume that you may have immigration intent or immigrant intent. That is, you may plan to stay behind because you have relatives or brother or sister who are going to help you. However, it doesn't mean you cannot claim you have a family there. You can say that, but personally, I will advise you just go on a solo go or the solo travel. Do not complicate your application by saying you have a family there. And again, the person or your friend who is in the US, whom you have claimed that you're going to visit, how did it enter the US? Did it go there with a normal employment-based program visa, or he went there on visit and he's still not even having his papers? You are not sure. So why do you want to mess your application up by mentioning that friend whom you don't even know, or whom you don't even know his immigration history? Again, one of the reasons why you're being refused visa multiple is if you do not have travel plan. And what is the travel plan? They will ask you, where do you want to visit? You need to simply tell them the places you have planned to visit. Don't just say, oh, when I get to the US, my friend will come and pick me in the airport, so maybe we will go. Maybe. You're not even sure. So you need to be sure of where you're going, and you need to know them. Do your own research. Make sure you're 100% sure of the place you're going to visit. Then lastly, which is very important, I always advise, fill your DS-160 form yourself. And if you cannot fill it yourself, make sure whoever is filling the form, you are doing it together, or you review the form yourself. Okay? Because once you submit the form online, the interviewer already have the information on the form, on the DS-160 form. And the question they are asking you, they are checklisting the points you have submitted and what you are saying. If there's any contradiction, your visa will be refused. And now, before I go, I will give you this. If you have been refused before, when you are filling your application, make sure you use the previous DS-160 form. The information does not contradict. Please be careful. This is a very common mistake. Some people will say, oh, it's an agent who filled my form and he submitted online and I don't know what he filled for me. You need to be sure. What are the previous information you've submitted? Otherwise, contradict your application. That is why you see some people who went for interview, within 1 minute, they give them refusal. They deny their visa because already your application is contradicting. And don't assume that, oh, the refusal I had is 5 years. They told me after 5 years it will wipe off from the U.S.A website. No, there is nothing like that. Your previous refusal is still in the database and it will haunt you if you do some dirty job there. So guys, stay tuned to this channel. I have more information for you on how to get your visa approved, on how to get your immigration visa approved. And again, I have a very good news for you. Stay tuned. How can you get green card in wherever you are? Anywhere you are in the world, you may be in Kenya, you may be in Nigeria, you may be in Ghana, you may be in Morocco, you may be in Tunisia. How can you get employment-based visa right from your country? So guys, stay tuned. I have every information for you. Stay tuned to this channel. See you same time next week. Bye.